Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to learn and understand structural organization of the cell. In previous video we have discussed that what is a cell, how we have discovered the cell and what all are the important features of the cell. Now going little deep inside the cell and we are going to discuss that what all organelles are present into that and how the structurally cell look like. So these are the structural organization of the cell, that means how the cell is from within. What all structures, what all units are present inside the cell. So first is a plasma membrane. Membrane is a kind of a curtain which will allow material inside the cell and it will send material outside the cell. So that is a plasma membrane. Cell wall. Cell wall is only present into the plant cell. Humans and animals do not have a cell wall. Third one is the nucleus. Nucleus is a center of the cell and it will coordinate all the activities in and around the cell. Fourth one is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is very important organelle of the cell and it will give a fluid structure to the cell. Cytoplasm is a fluid present inside a cell in which number of organelles will float and they will perform their activities. Then fifth one is some of the important cell organelles which are performing their function for the cell. First one is endoplasmic reticulum, then Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, mitochondria, plastids and vacuoles. So for each of this, we are going to discuss their structure, their function and how they are important and what all things they are doing for the cell. So let us start with a plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. The function of the plasma membrane is it allows or permit the entry and exit of some of the material in and out of the cell. So membrane is kind of a curtain. So it will allow some of the material inside and it will allow some of the material to go outside. Sometimes it restrict the entry of some of the material if those materials are injurious and dangerous for the cell. So they are kind of a selective membrane. They will select the material. If those materials are important for the cell, then only they can come inside and some of the waste will be accumulated inside the cell, then they will send it outside. If some of the material which are present outside the cell, they are injurious or dangerous for the cell, then it will not permit them to go inside. So that's why it is known as selectively permeable membrane. It will select and allow the entry and exit of the material. So that's why this is known as selectively permeable membrane. It also prevents movement of the some material. So that's why it is selectively permeable membrane. Now under this plasma membrane we are going to discuss the diffusion. Diffusion is an important process where the exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen is taking place within the cell. So let us understand this diffusion. For example, this is our cell. This is a nucleus and within the cell the activities are happening and because of that the carbon dioxide level inside the cell is rising up and carbon dioxide is one of the waste generated by the activities happening inside the cell. Outside where fresh oxygenated blood flowing inside the arteries, their oxygen is in a higher amount. So cell needs to send this carbon dioxide out and oxygen needs to come in because to perform some more activities. So here the carbon dioxide will go out and oxygen will come in. Now how this is going to happen? That is happening via the process of diffusion. Diffusion is a process in which the material go from high concentration to low concentration. What is the meaning of concentration? Means amount. from high amount they will go to low amount. For example, when the cell is performing certain activities, their carbon dioxide level will rise up. So here concentration of carbon dioxide is high. Within the cell, the carbon dioxide concentration is high because they are performing certain activities, and this waste is accumulated inside the cell. Outside, the oxygen level is high because the fresh oxygenated blood is flowing through the arteries. Now, as per the law of diffusion, from the high amount or from the high concentration, material will go to low concentration. So, outside the carbon dioxide level is low and inside the oxygen level is low because all the oxygen has been used up into the activity and it has converted into carbon dioxide. Now, where the high concentration is there, from there the material will go to low concentration. So carbon dioxide will go out. Carbon dioxide will go out and oxygen from high concentration it will come in. So oxygen will come in. Because diffusion is a process from where high concentration to low concentration material movement will happen. And this is permittable by this plasma membrane because it knows that carbon dioxide has to go out and oxygen needs to come in to perform certain function. So that's why oxygen will come in from high concentration to low concentration and carbon dioxide will go out from high concentration to low concentration. This will happen when carbon dioxide will accumulated within or inside the cell. So carbon dioxide level will be risen up and from high concentration to low concentration it will go out, whereas the oxygen will come in. So this is a diffusion where gaseous exchange will happen at the cell membrane. When gaseous exchange happen because of its concentration, that movement of gases from high concentration to low concentration, that movement is known as diffusion. When water will follow the same diffusion laws, it is known as osmosis. So in osmosis, water obeys diffusion law. That means the movement of water from high concentration region to low concentration region, that is known as diffusion of the water, and that is known as osmosis. So movement of water from high water concentration, that means the amount of water is more at that side. So from there the water will come to the side where low water concentration is there. That means the amount of water is less. So till the equilibrium is reached. Now what is the meaning of equilibrium? Equilibrium means the amount will become balanced. The concentration of water will be balanced at both the sides. Now let us see this, that this is a cell, this is a nucleus here. Now amount of water or concentration of water inside the cell is low, whereas outside it's higher. So as per the law of osmosis and diffusion, the water movement from higher concentration to low concentration will happen, and this will keep on happening until the concentration at both the sides will become equal. The amount of water outside and amount of water inside the cell will come to the equilibrium. It will become equal. Till that time, this movement will keep on happening. That from outside the water will come inside. And who will allow this movement? The plasma membrane will allow this movement. In another situation where inside the cell the water concentration is higher and outside the water concentration is low. So water will go out till the time it will achieve the equilibrium. Till the time the amount of water outside and inside will become equal, this movement will keep on happening. So both the side the movement of water is permittable by plasma membrane. That's why it is known as selectively permeable membrane, that it will permit this movement since it will permit the movement to settle the equilibrium of the water. Now there are three different situations will arise when difference of concentration in water amount will be there in and around the cell. So based on the different water concentration inside and outside the cell, there will be three types of situation. First is hypotonic solution, then isotonic solution and hypertonic solution. In this, here we are going to discuss what will be the concentration outside the cell, concentration of the water outside the cell, water concentration inside the cell, and what will happen to the cell when different types of situation will be there. So first is hypotonic solution. In that, outside cell water concentration is high. So what will happen, that from outside the water will come in, because outside the water concentration is high, whereas inside the water concentration is less. So water movement will be from outside to inside, and because of this more and more water will come in, rushed in to achieve equilibrium. Water movement will be there at the both side, that water will go out also and water will come in also, but due to the concentration difference more and more water will come in. So because of that, inside water level will risen up and will eventually swell up, that its size will become bigger. So cell will swell up when hypotonic solution will be there. When isotonic solution will be there, in that the outside and inside water concentration will be same. So in that there will be no net movement of water. There will be no net movement of water. So cell will be of same size in this particular solution, because outside and inside the concentration level is same and there will be no net movement of the water. In hypertonic solution, the outside concentration is less compared to inside concentration. So outside there is a less concentration of water and inside there is a higher concentration, so water will go out. It is due to the rules of osmosis, that water movement will be from less concentration to higher concentration. So till the time the equilibrium will achieve, this movement will happen, and since the outside concentration of the water is pretty less, the cell will shrink, because all of the water, majority of the amount of water will rush out to settle the equilibrium. So eventually the cell will shrink in this situation. So when hypertonic solution will be there, water will come in, cell will swell up. When hypertonic solution will be there, water will go out and cell will shrink, its size will become smaller. But when isotonic solution will be there, there will be no net movement of the water and cell will be of the same size. Now let us learn the difference between diffusion and osmosis. What is a diffusion? Diffusion is a gaseous exchange from higher concentration of the gases to low concentration region of the gases. So this gaseous exchange is happening through semi-permeable membrane, that is a plasma membrane. So that is diffusion. When the same thing happens with water molecules, that water molecules will travel across the semi-permeable membrane from high water concentration region to low water concentration region until equilibrium will reach, that is known as osmosis. So osmosis is a special case of diffusion, and both are very important at cell level. So diffusion is a gaseous exchange through plasma membrane, whereas osmosis is a special case of diffusion, and this is related to water molecule. When water molecules are following the rules of diffusion, then that is known as osmosis. Now example of diffusion is carbon dioxide and oxygen exchange through membrane. So that is known as diffusion. Whereas here the absorption of water by plant roots, there they are using osmosis to absorb the water. The spontaneous movement of gases or any substance from region of high concentration to low concentration is known as diffusion, whereas spontaneous movement of water molecules from high water concentration to region of low water concentration until equilibrium will reached, that is known as osmosis. So diffusion is with respect to gases and osmosis is with respect to water molecules. But in both the cases, the substance exchange is happening from high concentration region to low concentration region. Now let us learn some of the main features of plasma membrane. That plasma membrane is flexible and it is not rigid. It is made up of the organic molecules called lipid and protein. So plasma membrane is made up of lipid and protein and it is flexible. Now here with respect to plasma membrane, we are going to learn one more process, and that is known as endocytosis. So plasma membrane will also help cell to engulf the food. Engulf means a complete food particle will get absorbed inside the cell, or it will enter inside the cell. Earlier we have seen the diffusion and osmosis. There we were talking about the gaseous exchange and water molecule exchange. Now here this is with respect to a food particle. That complete food particle will enter from the selectively permeable membrane, and that is known as endocytosis. This process is known as endocytosis. If there is a gaseous exchange, that is known as diffusion. If there is a water molecule exchange, then it is known as osmosis. But here when there will be an engulfing of the food particle, then it is known as endocytosis, and that we can see it in amoeba. So for example, amoeba, its cell structure is not fixed. Amoeba can change a shape. So as and when it will locate a food particle like this, it will extend its false arm or pseudopodia and it will take that food particle inside the cell through the plasma membrane. So this process is known as endocytosis. So plasma membrane will also help cell to engulf the food and other material. Not only food particles, but some other materials which are important for the cell, those material also they will take it inside from the surrounding. So it is known as endocytosis, and example is amoeba. Here this example shows that food particle is coming within, or it is entering inside the amoeba cell. It is not only for the food particle. Wherever they will locate any important material which is a requirement of the cell, then that material also they will take it inside. So this process is known as endocytosis. So hope this video has solved your doubt. In coming videos we are going to learn some more important concept. So don't forget to subscribe, learn yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.